Hi everyone, and welcome to another lesson. Today I'm going to be talking about security and control. So if you don't know where I am, you can first go to your Zoho CRM, your setup. Under this users control tab, you can click on security control, and we're going to be starting with profiles. Okay? I'm going to show you what is involved in a profile. Okay, so when you first select the profile you'd like to edit or just view, you can see that you have all the different modules in your Zoho CRM, and you can edit what you want your users with this profile to be able to do. So you can allow them to view, create, edit, or delete. You could edit all of that. You can just turn it off so they can't see that module altogether. So a couple of cool different things there. You can allow your users to import and export permissions, send email permissions, your tool permissions, and then so on and so forth, okay? You can give them admin level permissions where they can talk about user management, compliance, email and templates, configure automation rules, okay? Coming down a little bit further, talking about managing your web forms, data administration, Zia, which is Zoho's AI tool, CPQ, which is a product configurator. This is a little bit of a new tool, which I'll be discussing in another lesson. And then Zoho, whatever you've configured for your phone bridge. So their calling, texting settings, and then the others. Okay, and of course, developer permissions. You can configure all of this right in here under your security, under the profile tab. Now, let's get out of profile. You can create new profiles, many different profiles for the different roles and abilities within your organization. To create a new role or to look at roles, you can view this here. Best thing to do is to keep this hierarchy up to date. That way, whenever you have an employee that needs to report to their superior or whoever is above them, their manager, you can configure all of this here. It'll make it easier in the long run when configuring your approval processes, your data sharing settings, and so on. Okay, let's go ahead and go into data sharing settings. Here is where you can talk about who can see what. Okay, so right now it's configured that everyone can only see the leads assigned to them, the accounts assigned to them, and the like. You can change this though by selecting leads, and then changing this to public read write, and then public read write delete. Okay, and that's how you can manage kind of who could view what. You can also configure sharing rules, and where one group will share to another group. You'll be like, what is a group? All right, let's go back to that users tab that we talked about in the previous lesson. Under users, we'll let this load for a second. There's also groups. Okay, you can create a group, which is basically you're going to create a group name. I'm just going to say first group, and then you'll add users to this individual group. So when you're referring to a group, you're just referring to a selection of users. Okay, let's go back over to security control. We'll talk about data sharing settings. Let's configure a sharing rule where we're going to add a new sharing rule where we want one group to share to another group. So let's say we want our Texas sales teams to share data. Okay, so you can create this sharing rule name where it's going to be based on the criteria that the lead needs to be based in Texas. Okay, and then records shared to, so from one group, of course I don't have any groups, and then share to another group, and that's going to be your read, write, delete. You can click this to allow superiors to view, so that's why role hierarchy, keeping up with that is very important, and that is how you configure a data sharing rule. Okay, well that is profiles, roles, data sharings, and groups. All right, awesome everybody. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next lesson.